So if the Washington, D.C. earthquake hit the cathedral in 2011, why did the last damaged stone on the south transept finally touch down in 2024? The south transept's grand pinnacles shook violently during the quake, rotating and severely damaging the columns near the base of the pinnacles. Large chunks of stone fell to the nearby gutters, to the lower roofs, and to the ground below. One even hit a gargoyle on its way down. In the weeks after the quake, scaffolding was built so the masons could stabilize the southwest pinnacle. The top portion of the scaffold was decked out so the masons had easy access. But much of the lower scaffold was just supporting structure that the masons did not have access to. When the rebuild of the pinnacles concluded in 2024, the scaffold that had been in place on the south transept finally came down. And with the south face no longer obscured, we could finally see its details more clearly. So this past summer, one of the first details I noticed was next to St. Michael, where a broken column shaft had been caught on a small ledge. With all the visual clutter of the supporting scaffold in that area, it is no wonder that a stone propped in a small niche many feet above the nearest walkway was overlooked. And here's how we think it got there. The front of that column shaft broke off and pitched forward, falling past the balcony and sliding down a gable and landing on top of a carved fish grotesque. At some other point, other debris collected on the ledge as well. That 16-pound chunk could have stayed up there 10 years or chosen to come down the next day. So with safeguards on the roof below and the nearby public access closed, I nudged it down.
All right, I am on the piece. Oh man, it is just balanced. All right, I'm going to count to three.
Very
One,
good.
2, 3.
And there it goes. So here it comes. We had everything in place on the roof, cushioning to land it on. We had deflectors on the balcony rail, and it hit pretty much exactly where we thought it would. The next piece I nudged down was a small piece of 2x4 that had also lodged itself up there. Must have been during the building of the scaffolding. It came down, and our deflectors came in handy because it deflected it back into the balcony. And the last bit was an old plastic coffee cup. That must have got swirled up there in the wind. The wind acts funny on that south side. It does a vortex of sorts, so that little cup also ended up. But those were the last three items.